Okay, welcome to this week's weekly roundup number 3. I've almost lost count of the roundups now, although it's only 3. We start off with the Su-100Y Premium Tier 6 Russian heavy tank destroyer. I really like this tank, and on the same night, I've played this tank 2 times in a row. This is the worst matchmaking you can ever face with the Su-100Y. So at tier 8 games, I would choose to avoid getting shot at by the tier 8 since they can really hurt me. Here I see the KV-1S, and then I see the A20. I want to get a definite kill on the A20, so one shot kill, 340 damage, kills him. Notice that I'm not using the premium shell on the SU-100Y, since that I actually lose some penetrations with the premium, just for some more damage. So none of that for tier 8 games. I need more penetration. Basically, I would, if I'm bottom tier, I would rather go behind the enemy line and camp for a bit until I see better opportunities. He's tempting me to shoot him, but you see the aiming circle is quite large, so a big chance of me missing. Although on the water tanks Vicky, this tank is better played as a heavy assault gun. I'm not doing that way in tier 8. I will do that when I'm tier 6. The armor of this is not very good. You can get a few bounces against tier 4s, but not very often. I would not rely on that. Now I'm just thinking, what shall I do? If I've actually run to the flag right now fast enough, I might actually get more kills, but you know, I didn't do it. My platoon mate, he's there shooting at them. Most of the time he does some things wrong and then gets him killed very early in the game. That reflects his average performance in a game. Like, if I check on his stats, he's only got 200 XP per battle. Not average, on average. What I find is that you try to survive as long as you can, and then that way you can do more damage and you can be more useful in the end. For example, I had this game on the Talk 2 where I did 6 kills but got myself killed, and my team absolutely failed it. We actually outnumbered the enemy by 4 to, no, I think it was 4 to 3, and we had better tanks. But in the end we lost because, first of all, I don't have control in the game. I feel like I need control in order to know, like, to guide the result of the game. And you know, you shouldn't trust on random teammates in the game. And also on the same night, I had this game where I was driving the ELCMX and I died really early on. I got shot by some KV-1S dope, and I got killed in the first 5 minutes. Later on, my team had to kill this guy that had a 58% win ratio. This guy on our team, which was full health, the Yak Panda 4, he ran to kill him, along with a few others, but they're all very low on win ratio, and I couldn't believe 4-on-1 they lost. Why didn't they just go together? And the Yak Panda 4 is such a failure of a player. You know, so in order to do well in a game, you need to survive as long as you can to put out more damage and get more control. And when it's in your hand, you can sort of do better than maybe watching others and watch them fail. You know, it's more frustrating. That's what I found out. If you want to get your win ratio higher, then you need to do that. And also, do not panic in situations. I recommend you to watch Jingles and Cookie Baby's videos. They help me out a lot. I've not played this game for a year, but I feel like I'm improving every week. I have many accounts. I play on the RU, I play on EU, I have a NA account, but I never played on it. And also I have a Chinese account to play the Type 59. If you lot haven't seen my video about how to get Type 59, then you should watch it. There's a way to get the Type 59. It would be good if you would want to get it, and at any cost, and it's a good idea to go check out my video to get the Type 59. I personally got the Type 59. It's a very good machine. I think it's much better than the Super version. Very agile, tier 8 medium. Very good. Just lacks a bit of damage, I suppose. But overall, really good armor, everything. Good for a medium tank. I certainly recommend it. And I think the wargaming people did a few things wrong. For example, if the Leopard 1 made after the war, then that got put as tier 10, then Type 59 is still used in the Chinese army. The upgraded version, of course. They actually upgraded some Type 59s into third generation tanks, which they sell it to the Africans. As you might know, the Africans want cheap but reliable and well-made tanks, so the Chinese army provided them third world countries like Bangladesh as well. Some of the improved version of the Type 59, they look completely different from the one in the game, since they have additional armor. They have those blocks on them. I forgot what they're called. They are the reactive armor. Yeah, the new ones. And improved engine as well. Overall is a much better machine, and I think they can easily put it as tier 12 or tier even tier 10. I think would not be a bad idea. Type 59 is very able to do it, and also in real life the gun penetrations are a bit unrealistic. Well, I don't blame wargaming for it. Wargaming, as you know, they're making an arcade game, and they're just making it for fun, and realistic is on the it's not on the top of the list. It's more of an arcade, so I don't blame wargaming for the lack of accuracy in the historical stuff. It's like the Type 59, Type 62 in real life has a penetration of 300 millimeters. As you know that it can penetrate the mouse if it had that penetration in the game, so wargaming decides to nerf that and things like that. As you see in this game, I'm really a scout. I'm playing very aggressive. I go for opportunities to finish off low health heavy tanks, and this maybe other tanks as well. You know, when you get the opportunity, take it. I try to get sneaky shot. Make sure you have situational awareness. My tip of the video is to look at the map. You always look at the map, so you know when you get outflanked or what. Use the third person as well. It really helps you out. That's how I started to do well in the in World Tanks. If you lot are struggling, you can ask me. Send me your replays in if you want to be featured in here. I received a few emails, but none of them contains videos yet. So hopefully you lot send me your replays. It has to be the current version. For example, right now it's 8.6, so you send me your 8.6 reviews. I saw a fails in the end of this. I'll get myself into a bad position and get finished off by the Yak Panther. But I got the Scout medal in this game and loads of other stuff. So it's a good game for me, and shows you the capability of a T50-2. If you play it properly, it can do a lot for your team. As you know, I did around, I think it was 6,000, 1000 damage to the enemy just by spotting them. The spotting damage gave me loads of XP and credit, so you know, play it clever and you win. As you might have noticed, I don't have many high tier tanks in all the tanks. It's largely due to my friend. Uh, if you want to listen to this story, then keep on listening. If you don't, skip it to the next 3 minutes or so. Well, when I was in school, I had a Belarusian friend. Uh, he he told me about this game. This is actually how I started to play World of Tanks. I started around 7.9, just before 8.0 was released. My friend, I knew he played this game called World of Tanks, but I never tried it out. I've not seen it before, and at that time I was just searching for a tank simulator game, and I couldn't find any. So I asked him for opinions, and he told me, why don't you try World of Tanks? Then I remembered, oh yeah, you play it. So what I did was that I went on the website and downloaded World of Tanks. I played a few games. I sort of liked it, but I was quite rubbish at the time, and my friend told me that I should play on the Russian server with him, which was the biggest mistake I've made in World of Tanks. What happened was that I didn't have World of Tanks. I can't read Russian, and I made many mistakes on the Russian server. And don't make sure you don't make the same mistake as I did. You should always play in a language you understand. On the Russian server, what happened was that I played until like I got all the tier 5 and tier 6. I unlocked the IS on the Russian server. That tells you how much I played it. I got the T50 nearly on T50-2. I got the ELC and the MX-12T. I got Stux 3. I got the Su-85. I got loads and loads of tanks on it, like so many different tanks, and then of course I realized I needed to make more credit in order to go further into the game, and I didn't have any slots left. I only had 7, I think. That really took me a bit of time to recover, and then I sort of okay, let me play a bit of World of Tanks Europe, and then play a bit of Russian, since my friend is playing on the Russian server, and he just like thinks that, oh yeah, he's gonna beat me up on the server, and he persuaded me to keep on playing the Russian server, and he did not care about whether I'll enjoy it or not, or whether I'll proceed or anything. It's all for his own benefits, which I was quite pissed off later on. He, as a result, got me into the position that I need to top up for myself to get better tanks in the game, and that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't have any Belarusian dollars, or whatever you call them, no, rubles or something. I didn't have them, so I couldn't top up, and I started playing the European server. My first premium tank was the Diplomax. I quite like it, but I sold it in the end. And I made a mistake a few times that I bought loads and loads of like tier 6 tanks, premium tanks. What you should do is that you should save up all your money, get a tier 8 to grind out money, and not waste on tier 6 unless you already got a tier 8. That's what I think. Here you're gonna see a good show of the Super Persian armor and how you should play when you face against 2 IS and 1 Ferdinand. This is what you should do. You should not panic. As you see, I zoomed out, way out into the third person view, so I know I line up each one of them and show them my frontal armor just when they're gonna fire. This takes practice. You shouldn't expect yourself to do this in the first few bit in the game, but you know, I'm outnumbered. I know I'm gonna die, so there's no chance for me to survive here. But you see that I try to angle them together. I use philosophy from Kung Fu where you always walk around the place, use your space, and line up the enemy so they can't attack you in 360 degrees and only attack you in one by one. That's what you should do, and you should imply them into the game. Here, the Su Persian, my platoon mate. What you should do in this position is that you put your ass on the Ferdinand, so the is protected from the IS, and shoot the IS in the front, and not hesitate between where should I shoot. You know, he's only a 12-year-old or 13-year-old, so I don't blame him. It takes time to learn, but it sort of got me a bit into a struggle when I not a struggle into a sort of anger situation when I went to the Bovington Tank Fest in the World of Tanks area. I saw this little kid around year 6 or year 7 sort of age. He played World of Tanks, and not just him, loads and loads of little kids were playing. Well, I don't mind that. What I do mind is that he was so rubbish at the game, and that I think that's how I get crap teams, like teams with 30% win ratio. You know, no matter how well you do, you still won't be able to win. It's like the struggle I have with the enemy with the teams, and most of them are made of like little kids, and you know they don't think a lot, and you know they get killed. But you know there are really good kids out there, and I'm sure they are. But it's just that I know that if some of them are pretty bad, and you know they like to call other people noobs and things like that, while they can't do anything themselves. That's what I hate about it. Well, back to the game. I'll have a bit of chat about the school, for example. In citizenship, yeah, as you know, in America you might call it maybe actually in America you might just call it citizenship, but whatever you call it, whether it's whatever, yeah, it's basically like a mixture of politics and stuff like that, and just like laws and rubbish like that. And what basically happened in my lesson was that I had a Pakistani friend. He actually got work experience in the in a corner shop or a phone shop, and my teacher heard me had a conversation with him that I said, "Hey, isn't it you going to your uncle's corner shop?" And my teacher heard it, and she just went rage in the class, and she said, "Get out." I was like, why are you telling me to get out? And then, you know, I had to stay outside for like 10 minutes. I got sort of very pissed, and then what happened was that she thinks that I'm being racist to him. You know, the Pakistanis have a what do you call it? I can't say the word. Reputation of having corner shops and all that sort of stuff, and she thinks I'm racist. Well, actually I wasn't, and she said she can report to my head of year and things like that. I got quite annoyed, and basically I said to my head of year, and I start complaining to her, saying it's her fault. She has racist mind in her brain. That's why she thinks I was being racist. If you think about it, if you're not racist yourself, you most likely you won't think it in the racist way. And I wasn't being racist at all. He was actually going to a corner shop, and after even my friend saying to the teacher that he is actually going there, the teacher still had to report it. And what a stupid teacher, you know. I know most of you had a stupid teacher like that. It's just that, you know, I felt like they shouldn't even be teaching if they're racist themselves. and you know they keep picking on. She has a reputation of picking on like black students and all that, like giving them out detentions. I'm not saying maybe she's not racist. I think she is in her mind, but she's not showing it. But there are some slight differences in her. I sort of hated her from the first day I've had her. She had this voice like what do you call it? Really sharp voice, goes like pss, 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 like a snake when she talks. It really annoys me. Alright, back to World of Tanks. No more chatting today. Today on Saturday, which is Saturday, I'm recording this. I'll be playing again, and then I'll be playing more tanks, and maybe I'll get another review out of this. Another weekly roundup. If you support my video, please subscribe, and I hope that you lot can send me in some of your what do you call it, replays, or your I just keep forgetting how to say it, how you think I should improve my channel. Basically, I have a Facebook site you can check out. I don't think I actually got any likes on it, but it's got to improve. Here again on the C100Y, I decided on Erlingberg that I am going to camp again. You should always find yourself a good position to hide, especially if you don't want to get hit. In this game, my team is absolutely stupid. 2 of them died straight away by running into the river. Just idiots like that. Why would you play this game? You run into the river and die. Really annoys people now. I think they shouldn't even play the game. Alright, first kill. And let's get our second. T28. Guaranteed one shot kill. As you see, the shot went slightly wide, but lucky that I didn't actually hit him. If you guys want to see me do a review of the game, then you can send me a comment. I mean, I can do a replay contest where I give out some gold. If you lot want to see that happening, I can do that, surely. But as you know, I'm not that rich, so I can't give out a vast amount of gold every week or every month. And also, you can ask me to do like a live recording of the gameplays if you want. I can do it. Or maybe you want to see something like a compilation of funny things happening, then I'm happy to do. You can send me your comment and I'll take it into account. Or the absolute failures of like a team, you can send it in. Epic fails and blah blah blah. Send them in for me. I'm happy to do it. If you're wondering like what tanks should you get, you can ask me. Just tell me your playstyle, what you do. I can maybe hopefully give you an idea what tank you should buy. I mean, I've tried out most of the tanks in the game. I say most, yeah. I think about 80%. On my other servers, especially on the Russian server, I had a go with some of the tanks, and you know, I have loads of different server accounts. So I've played some unique tanks where you can't get. For example, on the Chinese server, you can get the BTSV for gold, I think, in the game store. So any of you watching this video that watches Jingles, please can you tell him that if he gets a Chinese server, he can get himself the BTSV, I think. But he needs to go through an awful lot of Google's Translate. to get there. But I think it's well worth it. The only problem being that maybe your pin might be around 290, which is pretty bad, but it's playable, but a bit slow, you know. So I think that if Jingles are desperate for it, then I would say that spending around like £10, you can get BTSV easily on the Chinese server. On the Chinese server, it's not that cheap as you might expect, but it's very expensive. The Type 59 costs around 9,700 gold or something like that. Quite expensive. Well, really expensive, especially in Chinese money. I'm just waiting for the enemy to appear and hopefully take out another 2 or 3 before I die. Please write a comment and click like on my videos, and also make sure you tell Jingles that how to get the BTSV, and hopefully you click on my adverts so I get some advert money. Just a joke. Okay, end of this now.